Hi, I'm Andrew Isaacson, and this is my container presentation. I want to start by talking about my presented self, or the face I put on. A few things I have on the front of this box are this scarf, and this scarf I meant to have represent my sense of style, because one thing I usually am always trying to do is dress somewhat nice or dress somewhat creatively, and I put a lot of time into the things that I wear, and I get noticed a lot for that, and people tell me, oh, your outfit looks really good, or they put that in some of the top rankings of cards that I had them do in our activity for our paper. So definitely one of the main things that stands out from my face I put on. My next few pictures on here are, these two are of my family. These are of some of my cousins and my mom, and this is me and my family. My family is definitely something that I put out as a main part of my presented self, and I'm always talking about my family. I don't have my cats on here, but I'm always talking about my cats, and it's a really big part of me. And not only do I talk about them a lot and I put them first before anything else, but a lot of the people that I interviewed for this project, they said that family was one of the top things that they would consider to be most important in my life and most important in my presented self and how they see me. Next, I have these glasses on here because one thing about me is that in high school, I used to not be very smart. I used to not really care about what people thought when it came to me being a smart person or intelligent. But ever since I've come to college, and especially this year, 2019, I mean last year, sorry. It's been a main focus of mine to be more intelligent and more focused in my studies. And not only has college helped me, but the friends that I'm with help me to be smarter, and they help me to allow me to be smarter. And I try and come off with confidence in the amount of intelligence I have. And when I say something smart, I know what I'm talking about. The next thing is funny. One thing I always try and put out when I'm talking to someone new or someone I know is I always try and make them laugh, because something I do when I meet someone is I want to make the mood light and I want me to be likable. So I'm always cracking jokes. I'm always trying to entertain them. And although I'm not like the most entertaining, I definitely want to make them laugh. And that's something that I find common in all my friendships. I'm always trying to make my friends laugh. This is a picture of my friends, and this represents not only my friends as being an important part of my presented self, because I'm always talking about them, comparing what they said to like a thing we did or just some kind of crazy adventure I went on with my friends. And this picture also represents the loyalty I have towards my friends. So these are my friends from junior high school, and we've been friends for over like 6 or 7 years. So a big part of my life, and I'm still best friends with all these guys, and they're not going anywhere anytime soon. The next word is perceptive. Now, I wrote this on one of my cards for rankings, and it was something that is, I wasn't really like considering it being an important part of me, but I wrote it down just so like I could see what people think. And that was one of the top cards I got, like the top rankings of people saying this is what I present myself as. I'm a very perceptive person. I can always see what's going on in someone's life, and I know when someone's having a bad day, and I can see through the face they're putting on and cut through to actually how they're feeling and what's wrong. And most importantly, what I put out is this is a cross, and this is my faith. I put that out as a big front because it's something that's really important to me and really, really close to my heart, and it's something that is a big part of me, and I put out definitely when I talk to people. I talk about my faith, I talk about my testimony, and I talk about just my faith in general and how they compare it and what their opinion is. I don't know, there's a lot of conversations I build off of my faith. But moving on to my perceived self, I have a few important things in here. This is of my high school choir, and this is where I truly developed a love for music, and I am really passionate about singing, and it's something that once you get to know me, you'll actually realize that I am all about music, and I'm truly just a music nerd, honestly. Like, it's something that I couldn't go a day without, but I don't always put it out there for people to see. It's something I hold a little closer. And then next, building off of that, is just music in general. Something that I don't often go around showing people unless they're closer to me. And something I reflect upon a lot is music that relates to my life. I'll have certain points in my life where music is a big part, like going on long drives and listening to a certain song. And then later in life, I'm able to hear that song again, and it brings me back to that direct moment when I had that experience and when I had that interaction with that person. And it's just like a time capsule for me. It brings me back to exactly where that moment was. The next thing I want to talk about is video games. Something I don't talk to people a lot about is how much I really like video games. This is my DS. I'm playing Pokemon right now, and it's something that I kind of grew up with, and I built a lot of my early friendships on this, and that was part of my true self. Not that I haven't grown away from my true self, but it's something I hold a little closer and I don't often talk to people about. But I am a big video game guy. Next thing is Asian culture. These are chopsticks, and this is the little chopstick holder. It's a little panda. These are some things that I got at the Chinese New Year festival this prior weekend in Chinatown. And not only was this a really fun experience for me, but thinking back a lot of my life, I feel like I don't despise my like non-cultured Caucasian identity, but I definitely grasp towards the sort of interesting aspects of Asian culture, and it's something that I find really cool. And I like the food of Asian culture. I like the way they react and the way they interact with each other in their communities, and how like close knit and how family driven they are. And not only that, but one of my top life goals is to visit Japan. And honestly, this is a really big part of my life that not a lot of people know about, but it is very important to me. Next thing, something that I hold close is my entertaining side. This is entertainer, and I oftentimes am not like entertaining to people I don't really know, or people are not super comfortable around. But I will say that I am very entertaining to the people I can be comfortable around. And it's not just that I'm entertaining because it makes me happy, but I like to entertain because I like the community around, like having parties. I like the fellowship I get to have. I like being funny. more outrageously when it comes to being an entertainer. So it's just a bigger grasp on my funniness, I feel like. I'm commonly funny for my presented self, but I can truly say what I want and say the funny jokes that I have hidden in my head that I wouldn't normally say to someone that I just meet or someone that I don't know that well, versus someone that I'm really comfortable around and someone that I can actually not be judged by. So entertainer is one thing that is something I really understand. It's something I don't do very often, except with the people that I'm comfortable with. And then next is my desired self. So, I took this and I made it for my perceived self, but I also can apply it to my desired self because it's something that I've been working on, just being more comfortable in general. Something I desire is to be more of the life of the party or the attention grabber, and to be someone that is really spontaneous and really outgoing. And I feel like entertainer is something that I can do when I'm with people I'm comfortable with, but I'd like to move it more towards my perceived self and have entertainer be something that someone would notice more about me if they were to say some personality traits I have. The next is this dollar bill. I want to have my desired self be more successful. I'm going to school right now so that I can get a job at a prestigious job and be able to have more success in my life in terms of money. I understand that I haven't had a lot of money myself, but I know that what I want in life is going to require not only just money, but success overall. And when I get to the point where I can make money at a job that I get from my business degree, I want to be successful at it. So this dollar bill represents money, but also success in general. And this is kind of tied in with success and money, but this is my degree. I really want to nail down my degree as a desired self and something that I work towards. And it's not just the degree, but it's the overall goal towards being a scholar and being someone that is smart in what they went to school for. And for me, that would be business. So I want to have this be desired trait so I know what I'm doing in my business. I know what I want from my outcomes of wherever my career is in business. And I want this to be something that I can make a more prominent part of my life. In the future, of course, when I've gotten my degrees and when I've gotten to the point where I can get into a career. And this last word is confident. The last word, confident, being all of these tie in with this word. It's the most important desired self-trait I have. I feel like I am confident, but I want to be even more confident as a desired trait. I want to be able to walk into a room and have people sense my confidence and have people sense my presence. I want to be able to not care what people think. I want to be able to go and do things that I wouldn't normally do, but understand that either way, if I fail or succeed, I'll be able to hold myself at a high self-standard or a high self-esteem because I have so much confidence. And I know that it's something I do already, but it's something I want to work towards even more and have confidence be on the front of my box instead of having it be a desired trait on the back of my box. And lastly, sorry about that. Lastly is these sunglasses. These sunglasses represent myself. And this is a desired trait that I have. I want these sunglasses to represent my overall popularity and coolness. And I want them to represent the goal I have for making more friends and making more connections. And it ties in a lot with confidence itself, but part of confidence is being able to have a high self-esteem and know that failure is still an option. And these sunglasses tie in with that because I want to go out and be entertaining, funny, confident, successful. And in my eyes, that's what I see as being cool. That's what I see as someone who has a lot of friends or someone who has a lot of popularity in their life would have characteristics of. And thank you. This is my container box, and now you know a little bit more about me. Thank you.